Welcome to the Help Her Be Brave podcast show, where we give you great ideas on how you can help save lives. I'm Amy Ford.
And I'm Jessica Russo.
Today we're going to be talking to our friend Nicole Hernandez, and she is the director of an organization called Bridges Safehouse that is in Dallas, and that may be far from you, but we know it's going to give you ideas on how to look for a safe house or maternity home in your community and see how you can get involved, because what she does is so awesome. These girls are just totally in an emergency situation of needing.
We have referred a lot of Embrace Grace moms to her.
Yeah, and they are always so grace-filled and always eager to welcome them in to their home if they have openings, and even if they don't, they try to figure out a way to help in other ways. And what they do is just inspiring, because it's like a full 2 years if they want to sow into their lives and
their children, if they already have children.
Yeah, because they're single moms that live there. So they are amazing. I can't wait for you to meet Nicole. Nicole, are you there?
Hey, ladies.
I am just in love with Bridges Safehouse and what you guys are doing, helping single moms with a place to live, a place to stay, with mentorship and helping them dream again. What got you just involved in the pro-life movement? I know this is really empowering single moms, so it doesn't feel pro-life necessarily when you think about the pregnancy necessarily, although some you may have had pregnant girls before, but just be passionate about helping single moms. Like what is your story?
Yeah, and it absolutely does feel like pro-life, even though a lot of times when they come to Bridges specifically, that overcoming that barrier of homelessness usually happens, they're making that decision, they're choosing life because now they have a place to come to. So we're really fortunate in that, most of the women that come to live here, they've already made up their mind that they're either going to parent or place with a forever family. So we get to walk through that process with them. But what I think you're kind of asking is what's my why?
Yeah.
Okay. So my mom was 15 and pregnant and didn't have Embrace Grace and didn't have Bridges Safehouse. But yet she still made the bravest choice ever to give me life, even though she was young and scared and confused and didn't have a ton of support. My grandma even admits to this day that she made an appointment for her to get an abortion, and my mom ran away from home just so she could keep her baby.
Wow.
That's my why. So I am standing here today because my mom chose, life wasn't perfect. You can imagine a 15-year-old having a baby. Things happened, and I didn't get to spend my entire life with her. She needed help with me. But now today we look back, and I always want to honor her and thank her for choosing life, because she did that for me. I now get to come across, oh my goodness, I mean, you guys know, hundreds, I don't know if it's even thousands yet, but of women who are faced with that decision. And it's just truly an honor and a blessing for me.
Yeah, it really is so awesome. I know one specific mom that we referred to you that just was on her last leg. And, she went through Embrace Grace maybe a year or two before. And I remember even then just being moved by her story of all the things she had been through. She had lost one of her baby's fathers in not the hurricane in New Orleans. I can't remember.
Yeah.
And just been through,
Katrina, yeah.
yes, Katrina, so much heartache and been through so much. And then she had reached out to me and sent me pictures of literally everything she owned was on the curb of her apartment, that she had been evicted and that her son had gone through some hard things, and she had a really high blood pressure, stuff that happened where she had to be hospitalized. Everything sort of hit at once, and she's such a hard
Mm-hmm.
worker, and it just like she didn't know. And she showed me pictures of her littlest one sleeping in the car and all the little stuff they could pack in the car. That was it. And she had reached out us like just a last, I don't know what to do. We are living in our car and we have been evicted. And you guys, within a moment's notice, like scooped her up and her kids and invited her in. And I just remember even seeing pictures of her cook. I know she loves to cook and bake, and that's like her dream, is
Mm-hmm.
to do that. And just pictures of her cooking for us, the other moms, in the house, and just it just looked and felt. And she even said, "It's family. This is my family now." And you guys got her back on her feet, and where she's living on her own again and doing really, really good. And y'all just gave her a place of refuge and sanctuary to be able to catch her breath. And it just is so, and this is what you guys do all the time. So tell everyone a little bit about what you guys do at Bridges Safe House.
Yeah, and thank you for bringing up that story because um, she she definitely still is family. She's actually been back to the Safe House several times to teach a cooking class
Oh
for
my
some of
word.
our new ladies and encourage them. She started her own bakery business, and so
Right.
she now can talk to them about being an entrepreneur and what you have to go through, but that it's so possible with God. And so we love her story. So basically, what we do is just offer that place of refuge. Um, so many women are in a tough situation and they need support. And really, that's what we want to be, is that support system to wrap around her, to provide. And even if it's not homelessness, even if she doesn't need a place to stay, we have a community center now where we run a diaper pantry. So families that maybe, we know these girls are kind of living on that line of paycheck to paycheck and possibly, one flat tire or something away from losing their home. And so we now can support them with helping supply diapers and wipes and hygiene items. We can enroll them in Texas benefits if that's needed. So any way to support them. But then, of course, if they are faced with that crisis of not having a home, we can welcome them here. We have a 5-bedroom home that's very much just like a regular 5-bedroom house. It's definitely not a shelter. And they get in community with other moms here and they share cooking meals. They can have a job. They can, whatever it takes to help get back on their feet. Sometimes it's things as simple as a driver's license. But then sometimes it's a little bit more complicated, to where we have to really, um, go through a lot to help get them stable. But on top of just the housing services, we have counseling. We have amazing volunteers that come in and just minister to them. And then we haven't recently, because of what's been going on, but we also lead an Embrace Grace group at our local church. And so they'll come to that and just get around other moms. But yeah, we want to be their support system. Ultimately, I would say the biggest thing is that we don't want them here for long.
Mm-hmm.
We want to get what they need and then get them out of Bridges. That is the goal. Getting them out of Bridges means finding a long-term place, like the place that we hooked our girl up that we were just talking about. where they can stay for up to 2 years as long as they're working or going to school. That's the ultimate goal. We don't want them staying here long term. We want them to see
To
what it feels like
fly.
and to
Yeah, to get on their feet and fly.
dignity.
I love that so
um,
much.
yeah, dignity, independence. Nobody wants to live with someone else. They want to be on their own with their kids, uh, being stable, but they still need a little bit of support. And that's why we're both here.
That's so good. And okay, so you mentioned volunteers that come in, and we have more of a national audience, so they may live in another state, but maybe there's something similar in their area where there's a single parent housing or a maternity home. What are the kind of volunteers that you guys usually have? Because we're trying to just give our listeners some ideas of how they can get involved. Obviously, we would love all of our listeners to donate to Bridges or to the places in their community that are offering shelter for single moms and all of that. But also there might be something else that's like they could come and do or talk about, just like what you were mentioning with this mom that came back and is teaching cooking classes to these moms. What are the kind of unique volunteer opportunities have you seen Bridges utilize at your home? Or also don't you guys have like a store as well, or no?
We
Yeah.
do. We do. Yes. So there are a lot of different ways. And one thing now is we're not we're not really offering any opportunities in the house right now. So everything, all the classes, everything is on Zoom.
And just to clarify,
And
just to give context, so that is because of COVID, right? Or is that
yes,
another reason?
yes,
Okay, because if someone's
yes.
listening
No,
to
it's
this
because of
a year
COVID.
down the
Yes.
line or two,
So
that could change.
yeah. But what's great now is like we have a volunteer in North Dakota that teaches our daily parenting tips, and she goes on Facebook Live, and then also does Zoom classes with the women here at the Safehouse. And she's not in Texas where we are, and so that's the beautiful thing about if there's something on your heart, whether it's for Bridges Safehouse, to help with Embrace Grace, or your local pregnancy center, or like Amy said, a maternity home. Like there's so many possibilities now that we're doing so many things virtual. And it's just sharing, she just gets on and she's a mom of six and she talks to them about potty training and discipline and encouragement. So that's definitely one way we can do it virtual wherever you are. Another way is we go through a lot of diapers. So when people say, what's your biggest need, we always say diapers and wipes. So, and where we get those from is people in the community, hosting a diaper drive at their office or their church or with their small group, just getting together and collecting diapers and wipes for a local organization. That's a huge help. I would say bringing meals. A lot of times if we have a house full of moms that are, very pregnant or just having babies, like they try to take turns cooking, but it's a blessing if you can bring a meal.
We have the perfect Pro Love project for you to invite your friends and family in on. You can host a Share the Love event in your home, church, or business. At this event, you will assemble love boxes, and then you get to hand deliver these beautiful boxes to your local pregnancy center. Love boxes were created to help single and pregnant women be brave and choose life. It's so easy. We ship all of the items to you, along with planning tips for your event, and you get to be a Pro Love hero in your community. To learn more about how you can host, visit www.embracegrace.com.
And then our thrift store, so we do have a thrift store. Donate, that receives gently used clothing and home goods and items and the sales of all of those things. We have an online store as well. So Bridges Boutique online.com and bridgescanhelp.org. Those are the two places that you can donate or shop online. But yes, there's a volunteer opportunity for everyone, whether it's virtually or even doing things from home. We have someone right now at home stuffing envelopes for our Christmas letter. So, there's always things to do.
Yeah, that's so good. And I know diapers, that isn't, that's always kind of a consistent need with the single moms because that's not covered on any kind of a program, right? Like formula is something
Yeah.
that
So a
they
lot
can
of people
have.
think that WIC, like you mentioned formula, that WIC
Hmm.
covers diapers, but it doesn't. There's no uh, government assistance for for diapers, and we know they can be really expensive. So
Yes,
mom is
Yes.
having to often choose between buying diapers or gas to get to work, or diapers and paying a bill. So anything we can help to, for us, that's empowering her
yeah.
so that she can do things independently.
Wow. I remember we have 4 sons, and after everybody was out of diapers, we were like, "Oh my goodness. We like have money.
We got to raise.
We got to raise diapers and wipes are so expensive."
Yeah. So, how do you feel? You mentioned a little bit earlier about dignity, like that you really want them to feel that. And I know there kind of is a little bit of a difference between a hand up and a hand out. And how can we help you? I know with our church that I know sometimes it's like we're in a crisis situation, a girl is about to be evicted, all of that. And the church really likes to look at is like, is this a situation where something just happened this month and you can't afford it, or is it something like you couldn't afford it last month and the month before and the month before that, and is it something where we need to just do something different and let's try something different, and really helping her dream and make a plan, to be able to help herself. And I love how you worded it with dignity. Like, how, explain a little bit more to our listeners what you mean by that.
So, and probably the best example that I can give is, we get hundreds of calls, right? And women in need and all different kinds of needs. Um, and when we explain our program, I mean, I could think of just one the other day, where she was really excited and everything sounded good until we gave her some of the things that she would have to do when she's here. And even things, like participating in a finance class where we're going to pull your credit report. And, so I guess what I'm trying to say is that the moms that are really ready for something different and wanting to see a different result in their life, they're willing to sacrifice. They're willing to, maybe be away from their friends for a while so that they can focus on, they're willing to do those things so that a year, 2 years from now, they're not in the same place that they are today. And that's the difference. We could provide shelter every night to someone, but if they want to come here and just get some diapers and be on their way, I mean, not that we'll stop them, but they absolutely have to put in the effort. We tell them, this is only going to turn out as good as what you're willing to put into it. Like we are not perfect by any means. We will mess things up, but we are here to support you. And we're here to provide access, to give you access to the resources. But then ultimately, it's up to them to really do what they need to do. And it's through that, it's through them making the phone call with us by their side. It, it's through, the encouragement, but them doing it themselves where we see change. because then they realize I'm, I'm not lazy like maybe that person told me that I was, or I'm not dumb. I can have a conversation. I can ask the right questions. They start building their confidence because they can see, they realize that they are capable of so much more than what they thought. And we believe that. We believe every single mom, no matter what she's been through, with the support, is capable of overcoming homelessness and being stable.
Yeah, I mean, they've got to want it. I know on our end, sometimes we get girls that are saying they'll call us and reach out and say that they're homeless. And back when we first started Embrace Grace, sometimes we would like call you guys or different maternity homes saying, do you have openings? Do this and that, and then we'd present all, okay, we found a place for you, and then that was it. Then they're like, well, I think I'll just stay at my friend's house. And we're like, oh my gosh, we just did all this work.
Somewhere to go the whole time.
Right. And so we changed it and we're like, here are all the resources. And why don't you reach out and do a little bit of work on your end and see what openings they have. And it changed everything because now, our leaders wouldn't get burnt out doing things that may or may not necessarily be actually needed, but also it just kind of proves or shows, are they going to want to work hard enough? Because like you said, it's not just a place to stay and you can come and go as you want. Or I know you guys are a little more relaxed than maybe maternity homes, but there's still structure. There's still guidelines, rules, and things like that. And so they have to want it bad enough and need it bad enough to be able to want to change. But if they do the hard work and all the hard work that goes along with it, it will change their lives. And just like the mom we talked about earlier that's coming back, she's going for her dreams. She's doing it. She's making it. And she did all the hard work that you guys set out for her to do. And now she's in a completely different season. And now she can come back and sow into the moms just like you guys sowed into her, which is so beautiful.
Yes, she was empowered to take ownership of her future. And she can be proud of those choices that she made. She had love, support, and she stepped it out.
Yeah, I'm so proud of her. I love her so much. So,
and I love how you said the hard work and the heart work.
Yeah, and hard work is hard work.
It is.
Yes.
So, well, thank you, Nicole, so much for being on today. Tell everyone again, how can they connect with everything that you guys are doing?
Yeah, bridgescanhelp.org. Bridges Can Help on Instagram and the same on Facebook. Follow us. See some of the stories. We have an awesome video testimony up on our page with a mom that has overcome so many obstacles and just doing amazing. So we see the difference, the transformation in lives. And so, connect with us, follow us, check out our website. And I just also, something came on my heart when you were talking about national, that this is national. And I just want to encourage anyone out there who maybe has had a dream to do something like a safe house for women, or wanted to help out at a pregnancy center, or, something, because sometimes we limit ourselves, right? And so I just want to encourage anyone who has those thoughts that you can do it. Whatever you have in your heart is important. It was put there by God, and it's your responsibility to take it now and use it to help another organization or to start your own. Do not fear.
Yeah, so true. Or if you're not ready to start a whole organization, like just have one mom, do this for one mom in your own home and invite her in and mentor her. And so many people get stuck thinking they need, $10,000 to start something, when really there's what's in your hand right now. And what can you do right now with the resources that you have, and then watch God fly open doors when you just say yes. Take that step one, whatever that looks like. That's such a good encouragement, Nicole. Thank you for saying that. We so appreciate you being on today, and we love you so much. Have a great day.
We love you guys. You too.
Bridges is such an incredibly valuable resource to these women, not only to provide a place to stay, but a home for them and their children. I can't even imagine as a mom facing homelessness and then not even being concerned about me, but where are my kids going to sleep tonight? Where are they going to be safe? Like, no mom wants to sleep in the car with their kids.
No, and as a mom, as a single mom especially, they're having to be their protector and their defender, and you feel so helpless when you don't have a place to go, and you're just kind of at that last rope of not knowing what to do. And Bridges has been so awesome to be so welcoming, and I loved Nicole's last words and on that that maybe this planted a seed in your heart of wanting to either find a maternity home or a safe house in your community and to see how you can get involved. Definitely donate, but maybe it sparks something to kind of take a single mom under your wing, maybe offer a room in your house for a single mom, or just even more of a discipleship and mentorship and helping her dream again, and doing things just on your own, kind of like the parenting classes and the cooking.
The volunteer from what did she say? North Dakota?
Yeah.
How crazy. And we really limit ourselves sometimes when we hear about a cool organization or something someone's doing and, oh, that's too far. I don't have the time. But literally, like, this whole COVID world has really opened up our eyes and how we can get involved from far away and make an impact.
Right, for sure. So we would love for you to connect with us. If you go to helperbebrave.com, there's a way you can connect with us there. If you have an idea, or if you've heard of an organization that is helping women be brave to choose life, then please connect us with them. And also, for hundreds more ideas, you can buy my new book, Help Her Be Brave, Discover Your Place in the Pro-Life Movement. You can order it through Amazon or through embracegrace.com. And you will, we hope that it will inspire many ideas, and keep sharing these episodes with all your friends. Subscribe, hit the button below to subscribe through YouTube, through iTunes, Spotify, however you listen to us, and then share it with your friends, because if we all are doing our part in doing something to help save lives, we really can make abortion unthinkable. And that's what our heart is. It's all about empowering moms. So thank you so much for listening today, and we'll see you next time.